Good day, mate.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Good, yeah, not bad, thank you.
Good. Just a bit poor weather. We got your weather from the UK.
I took mine back from Florida, so yeah, we're not too bad, but we passed it down to you guys.
I see, so, because we had a bit of rain today. This is the first time this whole week we had rain.
Well, your grass should be looking good then. Not so much about the town, though.
The thing is, I have to go cut the grass tomorrow.
Well, you got plenty of time in lockdown, so I'm sure you'll be all right.
We've been on the lockdown for a week now, about. So we're not allowed to leave out.
Yeah, similar to us then.
Yeah, not much to do though. Kind of boring.
Yeah, but it gives time to meet new people. We can have this chat, which is quite helpful. All the lucky people with this sim can play around in them for a lot longer. So, there's silver linings to it as well. But yeah, I think everyone's in a similar boat.
That's true. A lot of sim racing we're getting lately, eh?
Yeah, I actually don't have a sim, so I'm a little bit frustrated missing out on it. But, it's still good to watch. And it seems like pretty much every racing driver's joining and going to be on some racing soon.
Now I'm at my dad's house now, so I can't even play F1 on the Xbox or Project Cars.
Short for you then.
Yeah, that's also a bit frustrating for me now.
Yeah, I can imagine. No, I've got one here, so I can kind of play on a controller, but it's not that fun.
No, it never is actually, eh?
Nah.
What do you have, Xbox One?
No, I'm a PlayStation guy.
My dad's a PlayStation guy. I'm more of a PC guy, but yeah, Xbox my sister has it, so we just play that more.
That's all right then. I've always been PlayStation, just, that's what my mates have got. Quite a lot of racing people have PlayStation, so that's the route I went down.
I've kind of realised that. If you look for league race to join, you can find most of them PlayStation.
Yeah, it's a better way, mate, I'm telling you.
Sounds interesting. So, when did you start your racing career?
Well, I started karting when I was at the age of 8, so 16 years ago. And I think professionally, actually taking an interest in making it a career, it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago. Just as I started car racing, it's when I really thought, this is a time to put my life to something. I'd always wanted to do it, but never really appreciated how serious it was until, as I said, when I went car racing. And then from there, that was when I decided that that's what I wanted to do.
Sounds like fun, eh?
Yeah. I'm lucky. I'm one of the few people in the world that actually get to do something that I love as a job, if you like.
When I was younger, I always wanted to be a racing driver, and it was my dream.
It's one of the better sports. I've got to be a bit biased, but it's a great sport from many levels because there's so much involvement from engineers, fans, drivers. There's so many more elements to this sport than, say, like a single person game of tennis or something. Like not just credit tennis.
Yeah, and it's all you have to work in unison and work together to achieve the goals.
Yeah, true team sport.
Yeah, it's not, you gotta, you have to have talent, but if your team can't do much, then you're stuck in the back. Yeah,
no, that's the downside. That's one of the downsides to racing. It's not purely down to the driver, but it's not just turn up, do your part, and then go home. There's a lot of work outside of racing that has to be put in as well. So everyone understands that in racing, though.
That's true. But just like for an example, if you look at Nico Hulkenberg, a very talented driver, but never got to the podium because of never having the car to push for it.
Yeah, I think Formula One's a very extreme example of that. But single seats is very, very similar in lots of ways. People don't quite understand that from a fan's perspective, but I think it's becoming more and more apparent.
That's true. I'm not going to lie, that's true. But a lot of people also, when they watch racing, they don't know what to look for in motorsport.
It's hard to tell. There's so much effort that goes on that people don't see. Look at all the facilities of Formula One that are being turned into stuff to help COVID-19. So, all of this effort that normally goes into racing can be quite easily switched, and then it does become a little bit more apparent of what goes on.
That's true, actually, eh? Makes sense. How was last season in the Indy Lights?
Yeah, it was really good. It was a tough season for many reasons. It was a very last-minute deal. I think I got a call the week before round one to go and actually do just the first race in St. Petersburg. So I was only initially planning to do that one.
Then you get the full-time job.
Yeah, we worked hard at it. We knew it was an opportunity that we couldn't really miss. So we just, we found every resource we could to try and make it happen, and actually managed to. So it was a tough season because we also had a lot of team changes throughout the season. It started off as BN Racing, a lot of English people, and then slowly migrated to HMD and a lot of American people. So it progressed a lot throughout the season, and it was, from my side, a lot of uncertainty if the team would, stay as it was, if they'd be there at the next weekend, which engineer I'd be having if one, that I knew. So it was tough, but I think the series put on a very good job of supporting me. They were very, very happy to have me over there and really wanted to keep me there. So they also helped as much as they could.
That's true, but you didn't make a bad ending of it, actually, eh? If I'm correct, you actually won a race or two.
Yeah, one race. That's
I said, one or two.
That's my first Indy Lights race win, so I can tell you that one. But yeah, it was one race in Portland, race 2, that we won.
That's pretty good, eh? Not going there for the first race, not knowing if you're going to be there for the second race, and then taking the win in the second race.
Second race at Portland, sorry.
Yeah, second race.
I think round 9. So it was right at the end of the season, when we started to get a little bit more stability through the throughout the team.
When you got comfortable with the car.
Sorry, say that again?
When you started getting comfortable with the car.
Yeah, just, having the same progression rate. Like, throughout the season, we'd have a different engineer and then not quite understand each other at the first weekend or so. And then the relationship and the language starts to cooperate. And then after a while, that's when you start to click. That's why pre-season testing is so important. But yeah, we worked at it hard, and it took a lot of time and effort to get the car right and the weekend approach correct. But, we managed to do that at Portland.
That's pretty solid, hey? At least you guys got the win.
Yeah, it was a big championship help as well. We didn't really know what to expect at the start of the season, but this helped us achieve a 3rd place in the championship. So it was good.
Yeah, so you guys actually made a good ending of a bad situation at the start of the season.
I would have said it bad, just a tricky. It was not really a bad situation. It was just a very, very odd situation in terms of what you'd get at such a high level in motorsports.
Which, understandable, eh? Yeah. But at least you guys got the win, eh?
Sorry, you say something?
I said at least you guys got the win.
Oh, yeah. It was good too. The momentum always carries on after.
Expecting some more wins this year?
Yeah, more than one, definitely. We're going for the gold. Going for the gold, like you said, yeah.
When did you make your debut in single-seater racing?
2014, sorry. 2014 it was.
Which cars did you drive there?
Sorry?
Which cars did you drive?
It's actually an F3 car. So,
F3?
Yeah, it was a 2005 Volkswagen Dallara F3. We entered in a series called Formula 3 Cup in the UK that's run by Motorsport Vision. It's not like the most high-level series, but there are a lot of good drivers in there. The series is run very well, and it was perfect because you kind of skip the intermediate area between karting and cars where you get lots of damage, you get lots of young kids that crash into you a lot, and just focus on learning an aero car in a pretty stress-free environment.
So it's basically a great learning curve.
Yeah, it was really good. It was very productive for what the cost was.
Makes sense. And how did you do in that season?
We won 10 out of 14 races. So, it's very good.
You won the championship.
Yeah. I think the other 4 races we came second in. So, like I said, there were some good drivers in there, but they weren't doing it for the same sort of motivation as me. I was there to make a step and progress, and there was a lot of drivers in there that were just doing it for the hobby and the love. So, it wasn't a championship that you'd go to make a career out of, but it was a very, very good platform for what I needed and for the other drivers that are there.
And you decided this is where you're going to start your career and this is where you're going to move forward from there on.
Pretty much, yeah. Why spend 2 years in a Formula 4 series where, they've got lots of drivers that have much more money, crashing all the time, ending up with lots of damage bills, instead jump into an F3 car and learn your trade from there.
Then you build up your career. That's actually a smart idea for the stepping stones.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have done similar sort of things since. I believe we did it before Verstappen, not that it was us that actually made him the idea, but, other drivers have done it as well, but just to a different sort of degree.
Understandable, but you guys got the idea pretty early, eh?
Smart, same page.
Yeah, understandable. And which track is your favorite, around the world? Which is the one you like going to the most?
There's quite a few. Obviously, I enjoy Silverstone. Everything I've raced in, we've gone very well, and it's the home of British motorsports, as well as probably one of the best tracks in the world. One track for me that I really enjoyed, which I didn't think I would, was Qatar, the Losail circuit, which I used for MotoGP. I raced there in MRF and just clicked with it. It was a really smooth flowing track, and it was just really enjoyable to drive.
And how was the MRF challenge when you did it?
Very good. I thought it was much better than I was expecting going into it. To be fair, I didn't know much about it, but the series ran very well. There was a lot of good drivers. My teammate was Ryan Cullen, who was racing GP3 at the time. So, the competition was tough. Also raced with Freddie and Mateus Lauda. So they were there defending their series. Yeah, it was different having those two around, but it was a cool atmosphere. Both very nice guys as well. So I'm really good friends with Freddie now. So yeah, the series was really enjoyable as well.
That sounds pretty top notch, I must say.
Good.
Sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah, it was a very good stepping stone, especially over the winter months as well.
Because usually over the winter months is when you pick up some rust and then you have to get back into the groove. But doing the MIF challenge keeps yourself race ready for the start of the season.
Yeah, it was good because we also won, I think the prize fund for winning the championship was basically what you put in. So it came out a very similar amount of money, so we actually pretty much did it for free.
Did you win?
Yeah, luckily.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
How many wins did you take that season?
Sorry?
How many wins did you take the season?
I think it was 4. I think there were 12 races, and I'm pretty sure it was 4 that we won. Sorry?
That's not too bad.
No, it was good. It's a third of the races, and my teammate won a lot of them as well. So between us, we did a very good job.
And the team was probably very happy about it.
Yeah, we share engineers, so I don't know if it's still the same, but when I did it, there was 2 drivers per engineer, and my F3 engineer from that season was my MRF engineer as well. So it was a very good relationship that we had, and then also going out and having a good teammate that was really competitive as well was, a dream come true for him. He couldn't have asked for any more.
But it's always good when you have an engineer that knows you, and when you have a good relationship with the engineer, you're always going to perform well.
Yeah, it's like I said, that relationship and the language barrier that you talk in, you start to click with them.
Sounds understandable.
It was good.
And what was the best moment of your whole racing career so far? If you have to pick one only.
That's tough. I actually think the Indy Lights win was very, very good. Like, considering the circumstances that we had throughout the season, it was very hard to achieve that result. But, we've all put a lot of effort and work in. And also, I do think winning the MRF championship was very good, because we went straight from our F3 championship into MRF and won that as well. So, it felt like we had some momentum. But I think I'll have to say the Indy Lights win.
And hopefully this year, the season, the championship.
That's the goal. That's 100% the goal. We've got some really tough competition this year. They've done a lot of testing as well. So I think we're a little bit behind the curve. But generally speaking, I think, having the experience of last year will only help us.
That's true. That's true. And when do you think we're going to go racing this year?
Earliest of June, I reckon. I don't think we'll get any chances before.
But all our fans are just waiting eagerly for the racing to start.
Well, that's why we've got iRacing, I guess. I'd love to be racing now. We actually did our first Friday practice at round 1 before it got cancelled, so we were expecting to do the race weekend.
And how was the car feeling at that weekend?
It was good. It's, for the team that I'm with this year, Bilardi, it was one of their strongest courses. So, we had a lot of potential. My teammate was quick. We were pretty fast as well. So it's a shame that we didn't get to race that weekend, but I think the round's going to be moved to the end of the season, so it'll be our finale.